Hey, what's up? What's up with it? Just a quick live, man. What's happening with it? Some sad news and some quite an interesting turn here in the situation that we've been covering for some time on the channel, man. Very unfortunate, and it's kind of at this moment where it's what is there to say and what is there to do, you know? So Dog the Bounty Hunter, his grandchild was killed by his own father. They say that the reporting it's accidental. Um, it's all over the media. I'm sure everybody has been seeing it by now. You know, I don't know how accidental it is. I don't know what the circumstance is, but that's what they're reporting, right? And we can only go with the facts, right? We can only go with the facts, right? We don't want to go above and beyond what law enforcement said because that would be misinformation. I wouldn't want right now in this moment for that family, the last thing that I would want to do or say or create would be a group of people, maybe even a team, to consistently attack and call whoever's responsible at this time a murderer, go on social media, and even use my connections as a celebrity to go on national media and point the finger at whoever, as reported, did something on accident, right? We That would be dead wrong to do. It would be dead wrong if I was promoting a book to continually go on podcasts and call whoever this accident happened to a murderer, promote a book, promote a podcast. I'd be dead wrong. I'd be dead wrong to censor and watch all of social media, all platforms, and people who were saying things that wasn't reported, not with aligned exactly how I want it to be framed. I'd be dead wrong to sue those people, to want to bring them to court, to shut them up, to silence them. It's almost like a full circle, people. And this is not the time to like gotcha moment, haha, or any of that, because man, look, it's a little kid that was, for whatever happened, accidentally killed. Very sad. Very sad. It doesn't matter what child it is. It's just in this moment where you get the grasp of everything. You get the grasp of everything. You know? Sure, I could sit up here and clown him, but for what? A little boy's dead. And it should just go to show people like how demented and sick some people are and were and still are towards these parents with missing children. This is not a time to capitalize. This is not a time to point a finger. This is not a time to, your stupid theory goes beyond what the police and what's really happening says. No, you're dead wrong for that. It's disgusting. It's wrong. You don't know what these people are going through. And it's dead wrong. I don't know what Dog's going through. I could only imagine he loved the little kid. He looks like a family dude. He seems to be all about, being a Christian and whatnot. Even I could kind of argue that on his behavior on the Sebastian case. But it's sad, man. I don't know if it's full circle, man. I made a post and I stand by it. And basically it says, God don't like ugly, and Lady Karma, she never forgets. Because those two things are absolutely true. And they could be one, and they could absolutely be one and the same. I don't know. But what I ain't gonna do ever is any of that. And man, I think it's social media, man. It's a good to make a positive out of a negative, to say the least. In this situation, man, you got to look at social media, man. Sometimes people just get ahead of themselves. I hope like the whole green team like takes this certain tragedy and just has like some self reflection of like, what the hell were we doing? Like, why did we, you know, it's crazy. Maybe I don't know. I don't know where teams came from. I don't know. But maybe it's a time to have some self reflection on your team. I don't know, man. But prayers, man, to all of Sebastian Rogers' family, all of the parental unit. Prayers to all of any parent with a missing child. And prayers, man, to Dog the Bounty Hunter and his family. Um, because we don't know what any of them people are going through, man. Um, it's convenient right now for digs, but I'm not doing digs, and I'm not doing ha ha ha, right, on any dead children or missing children. Won't be me, because Lady Karma, she don't forget. It's very sad. It's very tragic. It's not a time to capitalize. Not a time to use. And man, it should be an eye opener, man. It should be an eye opener. It really should. I don't know what's going to happen on these YouTube streets in the next couple of weeks, days. We might see all types of stuff, man. And I don't even know if I could fully get mad at anybody who wants to take. Listen, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. But I've been seeing people for a long time now, man, on Twitter, on YouTube, just say the most disgusting, ruthless, dirty, fucked up things about Chris and Katie Proudfoot with no evidence. This is not what the police are saying. This is not what they're saying. This is not what they're saying. And groups of people get behind it and throw gas on the fire. For what? So maybe people do take this opportunity to just shit all over Dog. I don't know. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. But I can see it coming. Hey man, this life is short, man. You gotta. The social media thing is crazy, man. Like people will go out on a limb and do all types of crazy shit on this thing, man, and say stuff and be things and people who they ain't. Man, look here, man. You hit start live and end live, start video and end video, man. You can't live in it. You can't live in it. Crazy, man. Very sad and very unfortunate, man, what happened to this kid's grandson. I don't know all the details. I'm going to the chat right now. It's very sad, man, but I want to extend prayers. I throughout this entire thing with Sebastian Rogers, I've all the way clowned Dog the Bounty Hunter. I've called his little tip hotline. I've called him blonde pubes. I still think he has blonde pubes. But I've given him a rough time off his behavior and off what he has done to people in his now same position. But I won't be a part of poking a finger at him and saying eat it. Even a little piece of me kind of wants to, though, if I got to be real. And that's only because I talked to some of these parents, man, and I do know what's going on upstairs. And it ain't pretty. But even though a little piece of me might want to, I would never do that on a dead kid, because I'd be no better than some of these idiots that I review. But let me see what's up with the chat, man, and just kind of it's pretty crazy. Yeah, you got to take the high road, man. Absolutely, absolutely. You have to take the high road. I haven't even I've just seen this on my news break, and it's crazy because these phones they listen to us and everything, and they know everything that we're doing. I've made so many Dog the Bounty Hunter thumbnails, and I've made posts about them on social media. And anyhow, the news break thing must, it's always feed me Dog the Bounty Hunter stuff. So it's crazy because yesterday I got a notification of some stupid thing that he was involved in. I just I didn't even read it. I brushed it off. And then I'm outside and I see this and I'm like, no way. And then I was like, man, wow. It's kind of powerful. It's kind of powerful. Just the whole way it went down. The step, his grandson accidentally killed by his father. You know what? Let me take a step back, read these comments. I want to actually hear what the media is saying. That's all I could find. But let's listen to this together, I guess. I wonder if I can do this. Sure I could. Here we go, right here. 3 hours ago. Let's have a listen.
Dog the Bounty Hunter and his family are coping with a tragic loss. The former reality TV star, whose real name is Dwayne Chapman, is mourning the death of his step-grandson, Anthony. TMZ reports that the 13-year-old was shot and killed by Dog's stepson, Gregory Secca, during an accidental shooting at their apartment in Naples, Florida.
Naples?
According to the outlet,
That's
local law enforcement responded to a call about a shooting around 8 p.m. July 19th. The shooting was...
All right, quick update, people. Quick update. This is like 20 minutes from me. Noel, you already know. Please get the crime scene. So we'll be doing we're definitely going to be checking out the crime scene. That's crazy. Naples? Anyhow, let's listen.
Determined to be a, quote, isolated incident with no arrests having been made. However, authorities say the investigation is ongoing. E! News has reached out to the Naples Police Department but hasn't yet heard back. In a statement to TMZ, Dog and his wife, Francie Chapman, who shared son Gregory with her late husband, expressed their pain over the unimaginable loss, saying, "We are grieving as a family over this incomprehensible tragic accident and would ask for continued prayers as we grieve the loss of our beloved grandson, Anthony." E! News has reached out to reps for the couple but hasn't yet heard back.
I didn't know it was in Naples. It's interesting. It's kind of look, man. Listening to that, and that's basically what I've been hearing. I didn't realize it was in an apartment. Look, it's kind of it. I don't know what could have happened. Maybe the guy had his gun out, and maybe he was if an accidental shooting. So he had to have his gun out, and maybe he cocked it back, had it loaded, and it accidentally went off. I mean, what other reason? I'm not going to sit here and be a green team and be like, well, I don't know, something's fishy. He's a murderer. He did it. He's guilty. I'm telling you. There's a video, a light video. There's a light video. Not cleared. Not cleared. I'm not going to do that because the dude's mourning. That's his grandson. I'm not a grandparent yet. I haven't had that uh, uh, luxury yet, but I know how it feels to be an uncle, and it's different. It hits different. Um, it's all sad, man. Very unfortunate. I didn't even realize it was the step grandson either. If this is not a full circle moment for people to take in, you have the green team who has specifically ridiculed Chris Proudfoot for being a stepfather and Sebastian being his steps. This is crazy, man. This should be a full circle to people on both sides. Just like maybe a reality check. What goes too far? What goes too far from fact, to hurting somebody, hey man, that's just the way I feel about it, man. But I'm not gonna, God don't like ugly, man, and Lady Karma never forgets. And that shit applies to everybody. Nobody gets a pass, you know? So hey man, it is wild, man. Not surprising. I Very interesting, though. Let me play. I didn't realize it happened in an apartment. That is kind of weird, though. But it's kind of weird. Let's see this through. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let's do this. News. 7 hours ago, shot and killed by father. Stepson accidentally shot and killed his 13-year-old son. This is the most. Is there a video of this? Hold on, y'all. Let's do this. Oh, here we go.
Dog the bounty hunter's stepson Gregory Zeka shoots and kills his 13-year-old son in tragic accident.
Super sad.
Published by People.com. The reality star's family member was killed during an accidental shooting at a Florida apartment on July 19th. Need to know. Dwayne "Dog" Chapman's stepson Gregory Zeka's son Anthony is dead. Zeka allegedly killed the 13-year-old during an accidental shooting at a Florida apartment on July 19th. We are grieving as a family over this incomprehensible, tragic accident, the Dog the Bounty Hunter alum and wife Francie Chapman, who is Zeka's mother, said. Dwayne "Dog" Chapman's stepson Gregory Zeka allegedly shot his 13-year-old son Anthony, leading to the teenager's accidental death. The Dog the Bounty Hunter alum's family member was killed during an accidental shooting at an apartment in Naples, Florida. On Saturday, July 19th, TMZ reported. Police confirmed to the outlet that they responded to a call about a shooting around 8 p.m. local time. Authorities called the tragedy an isolated incident and said they haven't made any arrests. Dog, 72, and his wife, Francie Chapman, who is Zeka's mother, told TMZ, through a representative, "We are grieving as a family over this incomprehensible, tragic accident and would ask for continued prayers as we grieve the loss of our beloved grandson, Anthony." Representatives for the couple, as well as the Collier County Sheriff's Office, CCSO, did not immediately respond to People's request for comment on Sunday, July 20th.
That's interesting.
Never miss a story. Sign up for People's.
That's interesting that they didn't want to respond to people's comments, and not that I blame them in any way, shape, or form by any means, but I just remember Dog months back, ridiculing how Katie Proudfoot stayed so silent, and how Chris wasn't doing enough media, and how almost matter of fact almost that they should definitely get in front of a camera and speak on their missing child because they don't know where the fuck he is. Like they're just in a great mood, These people, it's disturbing, man. These people will tell you on social media that the parents are not searching, which is so stupid. First off, law enforcement tells them don't do that. Don't search. We got this, because it'll create a big problem if you are the person who finds the missing person. But these people on social media will tell you all this misinfo, and they'll tell you how that person is supposed to act and feel, and what they're supposed to do under this extreme stress and just horrific period of time, and not even giving any thought to what the fuck these people are going through. I agree with Dog. He shouldn't be doing any media. I agree people should leave him alone. I agree that he shouldn't give any comments. It's just, I do recall seeing him not only on national media saying these things about the Proudfoots, but also how he'll create, what do you say to Coffin Deffer? He says he'll create, not evidence, but what do you say? Damn it. I made a clip about it. Not hearsay. He said he'll create something. It's just wild, man. Wild. Very sad. Very sad. I believe the police feel they know or have a feeling about Sebastian, so that's why they told him not to search. I believe the police know what happened and are waiting for the case. I don't know. All I know is it's sad. We don't really know what happened to any of these missing kids. What we do know is there's there's hundreds of thousands of missing kids, right? That are missing right now, and that number of missing kids just happened in a little over a year ago. Well, in the period of 4 years, but we don't know where any of them are. And that's not even saying the total amount of missing children. We just don't know. But we'd have to be silly, we'd have to be ignorant, we'd have to be dumb, and we'd have to be not human almost to think that in each case, it's always the parents' fault that are responsible. And don't get me wrong, um, I'm sure in some, and maybe even a lot, that might be the circumstance. But man, look here, you'd have to be a dummy to not understand that there's something going on, and there's a want and need for these missing children, man. There's something going on. There's some type of need for these kids. It can't be the parents every single time. That's just silly. That's dumb. It's ignorant, right? But in each and every case, they need to be left alone, not harassed, and not drug through the mud. And that's a missing children, and that also goes with dead kids or kids that are accidentally shot, like in dog situation. It's very sad. It's very sad. This is the second time I'm doing a video, actually a live. I remember one time I did a live and people had a big problem with it. I don't even remember the person's name. Something Angels. Something Angels. The creator's name was. I don't even remember. But they passed away. And they were like big time anti Don and Candace Wells a creator. All of their lives were like, all this nonsense about, how they did it. Nothing's true, nothing's factual. There's a bunch of bullshit, right? But when they passed away, I did a live and I was like, maybe I should start blaming this creator's family about the death. Maybe I should redirect my channel to just talk about that. Maybe I should put out a whole bunch of misinformation about this creator. I didn't disrespect the person, but I was just saying that, maybe I should do what they did. And people had a big problem with it. And I didn't take it down. I meant what I said. I say what I mean what I say. And it's the same thing, and it's sad that here I am again kind of saying the same thing, but we're just not going down that road with this one, man. It's a little kid, 13 years old. Very sad. Very sad. Very interesting though to see what's going to happen from some of Dog's so-called friends. Very interested to see what happens with Not Bright Media. I mean, I'm sure they're going to extend some condolences to the least on their social medias, and if they do, they really open themselves up for a can of worms. I'll tell you. I don't know. Like I said, man, I'm not even really mad at anybody who may feel different. I'm just saying God don't like ugly, and Lady Karma don't forget. So I'm not gonna do it. But I just wanted to jump on here, man. We've been reporting on this thing for a long time, and I just wanted to come on here and say this piece, man. Maybe take this little situation as a wake up call. We appreciate you being here. Thank you, Written in the Stars. Very sad, man. Very sad. Take some comments, man. A couple more minutes. How long have we been on here? 24 minutes. I recently went to a meet and greet thing in Tennessee for Dog and some of his family. I remember that. I reported on that. I have it posted. I had a good time, but in my opinion, he smelled like alcohol. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Definitely could see that. What's up, Hi? Hi says hi. What's up, Hi? Waffles are just pancakes with abs. I mean, can't really disagree with that. Um, we don't do pancakes over here, but we do enjoy waffles. Someone was tracing a number, and here it ended up being the dog hotline because someone spoofed them. They got harassed by text and a hotline number. I've called his number a couple times. Um, we've had some laughs about it. I used to like blonde pubes. Don't get me wrong, man. I just don't like what he did with the Sebastian thing. It's all very sad, man. Smash a like. It's all very sad. But it's kids, man. At the end of the day, it's kids, man, and it's just wrong. You know, people don't have no right to be judging stuff and going outside of what detectives and look, man. Naples, this is like Florida. They're very tough on the law here, y'all. Obviously, man, whatever they felt wasn't arrestable. It had to be a gun went off. We don't know, but if they could get an arrest, Florida, they don't fanboy here. they they don't fanboy. They're like, oh, you're related to dog that bounty hunter. Don't worry about it. Not going down here. It ain't going down here. Man, look here. Florida does not play about the law, man. They do not play around at all. Very tough on crime. Speaking of that, we were me and the well were just talking about going to the courthouse in Orlando to I wanted to go to the Stearns trial that starts on Tuesday. It was going to be a surprise thing. I was going to put a day in for work off to go cover it, maybe get a glimpse of this guy, right? What a sicko he is. Now, he's somebody who we know had a phone and did all types of treacherous things to little Maddie. So, yeah, get in his ass. Make a million videos. It's deserved. You're supposed to, right? Anyway, I was gonna go Tuesday because the trial for the Chomo stuff starts on Tuesday. He's got two trials: the Chomo stuff and then the murder. But on Friday at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, this coward puts a motion in for to take a plea deal. So he was already facing the death penalty, and now, man, the state's gonna grant that deal. He's gonna get life in prison. He's a coward. He's not gonna go to trial. There's too much evidence against him. They're not going to waste that time and money to pursue the death penalty. They're going to get him on a guilty plea and give him life in prison, and they don't have to do half the work. I understand it. It's not what I wanted. I don't know how people feel about the case. It's very disturbing. But the point is, we were going to go on Tuesday, but tomorrow he's going to court for this plea. And depending on what happens with that, which in my opinion, I think 99% the state is going to grant his plea deal and give him and let him admit to the stuff and give him life in prison. Now anything can happen. I don't know that, but I would bet the house on it. In any case, they don't do that and deny it and want to pursue the death penalty. We'll be there Tuesday, but I just don't see that happening, guys. I don't see it happening. What's the name of the guy? Who? Steven Stearns? The Chomo? Matty Soto's abuser? At least Matty's name won't be dragged through the justice system mud. It's a good point. It's a good way to look at it. Yeah, that's what it is, Timbuktu. So yeah, man, I just wanted to get on here. I don't know what to say about the situation, man. It's very unfortunate. It's very sad. There's nothing much to say. A little boy lost his life. He had his whole life ahead of him, and it's very tragic. I mean, for Christ's sakes, his own family accidentally killed him. So you have a lot of stuff going on there. You know, just imagine that for a second, right? Just imagine that. You have the little boy who's now not on the earth, all the family who loved that little boy, and then the guy that accidentally killed him, I guess the father, the guilt he has to wear for his entire life. How different the family meetings are going to be. It's going to be all weird. It don't matter that dog is a celebrity and all this. Money don't mean fuck thing when stuff like that happens, because it hits the same, and money can't do nothing different. So it's all very sad. It's all very sad. It's all very sad. Um, but I'm gonna absolutely. I don't know. I'm gonna put this on Twitter. I'm not sure who I'm gonna tag on this live. Um, I don't know, man. Moments like this, you got to step back and just realize what's happening on social media, man. Sometimes this shit gets out of control, man. I'm just not gonna partake in clowning this dude or none of that shit. Even though his behavior's messed up, because you know what? Here's why. Well, for one, it's the right thing to do. That should be the end of the story, right? But Dog the Bounty Hunter has even in the Sebastian case, he in the beginning he was trying to say Katie's related to uh to Don Wells and this and that. He's been very critical on both families, right? Um, very critical. But if I was to call right now them families, right? I know for a fact Don would say, "Man, just pray for him." I know for a fact Don would say that. But if I don't know what I don't know what Chris would tell me, but it wouldn't be bad. It wouldn't be bad. It wouldn't be spiteful. It wouldn't be mean. It'd be something more in the lines of what Don said, but he'd probably word it better and he'd probably talk to me a little longer. That's all I could tell you. But it wouldn't be anything of what the green team has done to them people, and that should tell y'all a lot about them people in general. Again, I'm not here to tell you what to believe and what's true and what's false. I'm just telling you what I know, and you can base it on that. But hey, man, very sad and unfortunate thing. It's late, y'all. I got to go to work tomorrow. The Dog the Bounty Hunter, his grandson killed by his own father, 13 years old. And don't know what's going to happen on these YouTube streets. It's going to be very interesting to see and watch in the next coming days. Very sad, very unfortunate. Nothing cool and nothing good about this. But I do want to get on with my night because uh, I got wifey in there waiting on me, and family's important, y'all. Family's important. If I was, I say it a million times, if I was Don or if I was Chris Proudfoot, I would be in prison. I'm not playing. I really would. What them people go through is crazy. But it ain't the time to do it to Dog right now because two wrongs don't make a right, man. I'm out of here, man. Y'all be safe, man. And take it as a wake up, man. Life is short. Spend it with people who you care about, man, and be nice to others. I'm out of here.